As Paul, excuse me, as Peter is explaining this, he then quotes scripture, the prophet Joel, and it shall come to pass in the last days, said the Lord, I will pour out my spirit on all flesh. And of course, he's not saying it is the last days, because that's not the prophecy that relates to Joel. Joel is talking about actually during the tribulation period, but he's saying this is the spirit that Joel was talking about. This is why we're actually able to speak in other tongues and stuff like that. So you do see it talking about future events. It can also be, in some sense, or some areas, related to resurrection. Over in John, we get an example of this in John chapter 6 and verse 39. And this really goes on down to verse 44. This is the will of God the Father who sent me, that of all he has given to me, I should lose nothing, but should raise it up in the last days. So now he is talking about Israel and Israel being raised up before the kingdom comes into, well, really, it's at the beginning of the kingdom is what he's talking about in that resurrection there and involving that. We also do have last hour, last times being a reference. Sometimes some people can misunderstand the concept of last. It says, oh, well, it's the last hour, like over here in 1 John chapter 2 and verse 18. Little children, it is the last hour. So one's like, well, that last hour has lasted 2,000 years. Well, the last hour is describing the time period we're in, not literally an hour. It's talking about our time period. Now, John is talking about Antichrist here, those who are coming. Remember, the Antichrist is not the man of lawlessness. It is not the beast of Revelation. These are those who are now present, who come and proclaim another Jesus. They proclaim that Jesus has not risen from the dead or some other thing. They'll proclaim that, yeah, okay, Jesus raised from the dead, but it was spiritual. No, it was an actual physical resurrection. Because without that physical resurrection, we do not have salvation. We have to have that physical resurrection.